going on, Jerome's, Skull Twins, and all that stuff. But your Minnesota Vikings are looking to shock the world on Sunday, as the Kansas City Chiefs come rolling into historic U.S. Bank Stadium. And new segment. So we're just going to go through the other team's rooster and basically talk about who we liked in the draft back in the day, but get you a better idea of who the Vikings are going to be crushing like a grape on Sunday. So Kansas City Chiefs are the alleged reigning, defending Super Bowl champions, 3-1 record so far in the season. Now, they did give away the game against the Lions. That started off all this hype, but, basically just dropped it. Kadarius Toney, what up, man? Come on, man. Andy Reid, head coach, the Walrus, Cuckoo, Kachoo, Grand Poobah, 120-46, a record in Kansas City, 7-21. That after a great run in Philadelphia, where they never appreciated Andy Reid. Or Donovan McNabb. Sorry, Vikings legend Donovan McNabb. What's interesting is that the Chiefs have never played in historic U.S. Bank Stadium. Just hasn't worked out in the rotation as U.S. Bank Stadium opened in 2016. And the Vikings have never played Mahomes because when the Vikings played down in Kansas City a handful of years ago, it was Matt Moore. And of course, the Vikings lost because the Vikings never beat backup quarterbacks. So it's a treat. Rematch of Super Bowl IV. And stupid Hank Stram. And just keep the ball matriculating down the field, Leonard. Please. But take a look at the Kansas City Chiefs. So, first off. So, head coach Andy Reid. The offensive coordinator is Matt Nagy, a.k.a. fake-ass Brad Childress. Woo! And Brad Childress apparently is not a consultant with the Chiefs anymore. He used to be Andy Reid's right-hand guy for a number of years. Steve Spagnuolo is a defense coordinator who I love and respect a lot. Not so much a head coach with the Rams, but he's a really good DC. He works with basically the leftovers of the rooster, as well as he was the DC of the Giants back in 2007. Back when they got that pass rush with Strahan and whatnot. It was good times, man. Also, special teams coordinator Dave Tube is one of the best in the business, and his name is frequently bandied about in terms of head coaching openings. So, the Kansas City Chiefs, it starts and ends with Mahomes. Yes, Mahomes, Marshall is the best quarterback in the league, is going to flirt with GOAT status, him and Tom Brady, Joe Montana, going forward, and he's just that dude. He's that dude, man. But, 8 touchdowns and 4 picks this year. Patrick Mahomes, if you get a little heat on him, he will serve up a meatball. And, the Chiefs, so starting off with the offensive line, I mean, they're solid. They're basically the inverse of the Vikings. So tackles, a little bit sus. Interior offensive line is one of the best in the league, at least top 3. Got Jumpin' Joe Thuney. Big-time free agent from the Patriots. Creed Humphrey, the pride of Oklahoma, is an absolute stud. Trey Smith, our guy, Rocky Top, Tennessee. Would have loved to draft him in 2021. He fell due to medical stuff, but the Chiefs do have 1, 2, 3, one of the best interiors in the league, tackle-wise. So Donovan Smith, the old veteran, I don't know, man. So they moved on from Eric Fisher a couple years ago. They brought in Orlando Brown Jr., and then since he way overpaid him, wow. But Donovan Smith, the veteran, I mean, he wasn't very good in his last couple years in Tampa, and he's not good here. But 14 pressures, 3 penalties so far this season. It's just no bueno. But the other side is even worse. So Jawan Taylor, formerly of the Jaguars, formerly of the Florida Go Gators, he's been a walking penalty this year, whether not lining up on the line of scrimmage or holding or whatever. 10 penalties this year, which is obviously leading the league, 40.4 PFF grade, 8 pressures allowed. So I think the Vikings could potentially make some hay on the tackles. Interior, going to be a little bit tough, but Daniil and Davenport and Wanham getting some heat off the edge is going to be really big. In terms of the running back, so you got Isaiah Pacheco, last year's 7th-round pick out of Rutgers, who really literally runs like he's mad at the ground. And he reminds me of like a more animated Steven Jackson. Like, he's got power, he's got some speed. He's great, man. He is fantastic. Leading rusher for them, 270 yards, 4.9 yards per carry, 2 touchdowns on the ground. Jerick McKinnon, our guy. Love me some, the original Jet. He is still very involved in the passing game. Last year, he was one of Kansas City's leading receivers outside of Kelsey. This year, 7 for 53 and 2 on 9. But Kelsey is Kelsey. And even though he missed that stupid first game against the Lions, if you're going to crown their ass, just crown their ass. Go ahead. Go ahead, man. But I'm buying it. But yeah, Travis Kelce is one of the best tight ends in NFL history, and all the Taylor Swift stuff. Just kind of over it. Kind of over it, man. Noah. So in terms of tight end usage, the Chiefs are sort of OGs of multiple tight ends. Noah Gray is going to be involved quite a bit, as well as Belldozer. Blake Bell, that's right. Scored the first touchdown of the season, if I remember right. There you go. In running backs wise, they also have former Justin Jefferson teammate Clyde Edwards-Helaire, former first-round pick. Not quite working out. Receivers, MVS that paid stupid money to. You remember him from the Vikings Packers. Justin Watson's in the mix. Sky Moore, last year's second-round pick, is starting to get a little bit more run. But also rookie Rashee Rice is looking good. He's second on the team in targets behind Kelce, as well as has 13 catches for 140 yards. Sorry, I'm watching Jacksonville State, Middle Tennessee State, see if the under hits. It's not looking good on 19 targets so far this season. And overall, like, Kadarius Toney, meh. Justin Ross got a lot of preseason hype, hasn't really made his mark yet. But, I mean, basically it comes down to Kelce and a little bit of Rashee Rice and a little bit of Jerick McKinnon in terms of the receivers. Also, Blaine Gabbert, what's up, man? What's up? Defensively, so the Chiefs, they don't have the star power as they do offensively, although Chris Jones is an absolute stud after he ended his holdout. Of course, he held out week 1 against the Lions, because now that I'm still bitter. But, yeah, it starts and ends with Chris Jones. Even though he's only played 3 games, he has 3.5 sacks. He's one of the most disruptive interior presences in the league. For me, it's in no particular order. It's Aaron Donald, it's Chris Jones, it's Justin Simmons. Those are the win-play show of the absolute game wreckers on the inside in the NFL. Jumping George Karlaftis, a Greek freak, last year's first-round pick, the pride of Purdue. He's really damn good as well, leading the team with 20 pressures, also has 2 sacks. Mike Dana on the other side, former Central Michigan Chippewa, then transferred to Michigan. He's doing some damn good work as well. 11 pressures, second on the team with 2.5 sacks. So they can bring heat. Also, they're starting to work in the rookie Felix Anuga-Azuma from Kansas State. He has half a sack on the season. So Spagnuolo is trying to rebuild those, like those Giants defensive line pass rushes. Ooh, that's not looking good. But they can bring some heat. They can get after that ass. The defense is, well, the defensive statistics are a little bit skewed because they're 5th in points, they're 8th in yards, but they did play the Jaguars week 2 and the Bears week 3, respectively, and they scored a total of 19 points. So take that with a grain of salt. But as the Jets showed, you can march on them, you can run on them, you can throw on them, you can score some points on them. So that's what I'm banking on as the Vikings are at home as well. Big injury to watch is Nick Bolton, their stud middle linebacker, the pride of Mizzou. He's missed a couple of games with that ankle injury. He was limited on Wednesday. We'll see how he goes. He is Super Bowl hero as well. He should have had 2 scoop and scores in the Super Bowl, but only had 1. We'll see. Secondary-wise, are damn good. L'Jarius Sneed may be one of the more underrated corners in the game. Justin Reed is damn solid coming over from Houston. Trent McDuffie may be the best cornerback that never gets talked about. Like, I love McDuffie. He's a tough-ass kid coming out of Washington. Definitely earned to be a first-round pick, but he's got an 88.1 PFF grade, and he's just fantastic. Like, working inside, outside. I think that he's going to be a tough draw. Probably going to be Snead on the outside and then McDuffie on the inside for JJ, but he's got to overcome, man. Yeah, he really does. One player to target potentially in that secondary is Brian Cook, last year's second-round pick. He has given up 126.7 quarterback rating with throwdown and 2 touchdowns. So it could be a spot where Vikings roll out that 12 personnel a lot. Hawkinson and Oliver, trying to attack that single high down the seams and the middle of the field. That's where the Vikings could potentially make some hay. Then special teamers. So take Tom at Townsend. Take my best friend Bo. Great punter. Whatever hair. I don't buy it. Harrison Butker is a fantastic kicker as well. And then they go from there. And so Darius Rush. I don't know. Darius Rush has been passed around the league a little bit, man. And it's only his first year. Austin Reeder was the starting center on their Super Bowl team, and he's on the practice squad. That's why I never understood, man. Plus, he never decided to like branch out. Like I would have loved to sign Austin Reeder in free agency, man. Bushman, Darian Kennard. Hey, Kentucky, Darian Kennard, come on down, man. Truman Jones out of Harvard. Let's go. Let's go. Prince Tega Winogo unfortunately got hurt. I'm Rich James, bitch, also on IR. Charles Amenu. Oof. Wait, he got suspended? Oh, well, there you go. I guess I learn something new every day. Anyways, so the Chiefs, I mean, defensively, they can certainly get after it. So the Vikings are offensive line is going to have to bring their A game. Josh Oliver's probably going to have to stay in the chip quite a bit, especially against Dana and Karlaftis. And, like, public enemy number one is Chris Jones, which we talked about. Given Reisner's familiarity with Jones playing him twice a year, I mean, come on. Come on, man. And, of course, Mahomes, Kelsey. But I ain't scared, man. But that's it. Let's take a look at the Kansas City Chiefs OPPO research. Let us know your thoughts and our thoughts in the comment section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. Want to support the work? Put a little something in the Venmo. But till next time, Skol, production value.